This is Israel's war. The worst possible case scenario is Iran says, okay, you humiliated us, you killed all of our leaders. We're going to go make this a regional mess and try to get as many people involved as possible. They're going to go after Americans, they're going to go after Saudis, they're going to go after everybody imaginable, just to create a big mess and to try to draw the world into it. But I can say concretely, here's where I stand. We do not want U.S. boots on the ground. We do not want American kinetic involvement. This is Israel's war.
In America over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Get down. In America over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Get down.
Zero. We don't need, we don't need oil. We have all the oil we need for ourselves. It's one of the great assets that we have. We have more than double what anybody else in terms of oil production. We're at more than double any other country. So we don't need it, but we did it. It's almost, you could say we did it out of habit, which is not a good thing to do. But we did it because we have some good allies there. We have some great Middle Eastern countries there, Israel there. So we did it for a lot of reasons. But
yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and every day that goes by is like a fucked up reality show. I will say this till the cows come home. Either Netanyahu has some dirt on this nigga, or they got some dirt on this nigga, because as you seen in that previous video, before I let the commander and jerk-off speak, had your boy Charlie Kirk talking about how he denounced Israel and he hopes that we don't go to war, and they're trying to put us in a war. And this right here is confirmation. This nigga's a dummy. He going off the script. There's two things going on. Either he's going off the script, or they're extorting and blackmailing this nigga. And I'm gonna go with the latter. I don't think he's just going off the script. And presidents aren't elected, they're selected. So with that being said, the powers that be, possibly Israel, they're telling him what to do and say. So I don't believe he's going off script. He ain't got that much bravado. I think they're just using his TV personality to convey that, since everybody said he's a maverick. He tells it like it is. He shoots from the hip. He does. He's very candid. He's very straightforward. Even in his old videos from the 80s, he was a little bit more refined and elegant. I don't know what the fuck. I guess that's what happens as you get older. You just get uncouth and what's the word for it? Unpolished. He lacks tact. Back in the days, I can honestly say in his videos, he was media trained. He knew what to say, how to say, and how to say it. He didn't sound like a fucking retard. So I don't know if his cognitive skills are working still or not. I don't know shit. What I do know is every day I see this nigga get up there and talk to the media, he sounds like a jackass, just like this video.
Of course, now Japan and US are very good friends, but one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay,
Where he shoots a zinger back at Japan. One of the news reporters or someone from Japan, a representative, had asked him about, like, why didn't he tell Japan, namely, that he was going to assist Israel in bombing shit out of Iran, to which he fires back that, why didn't you tell us about Pearl Harbor, which was like 50, 60 years ago, has nothing to fucking do with anything, but it was a zinger, right? So I'm assuming the powers that be selected him because they wanted somebody that conveyed that bravado from the 90s and 80s. What they're getting in the 2020s is an old man that shits his pants, can't hold his tongue, and brain can't stop the waterfall of ideals that he has going on in there. Not only that, unlike his younger self, not being refined and all, this nigga can't seem to muster up more than a 4-letter word. I swear he has to be the most dense person in media, right? Or the most dense president we've ever had. I can honestly say, and I think I've said this before, that while your boy Obama was a scumbag, he was a refined turd. This nigga's just diarrhea. He's all over the place. Yeah, with that being said, that's the only thing I got. I got nothing else. That's all I got. I'm stumped as you are. In the words of Jay-Z, what more can I say? Donald Trump is just a jackass. All you people that elected him are dickheads. I'm not saying you should have voted for Kamala Harris. There were 5 other parties, independent, socialist. Hell, I even think the Tea Party got a party still. I could be wrong. You had Mariam Williamson. You had Elizabeth Warren. You had your boy Bernie Mac. I said Bernie Mac. You had your boy Bernie Sanders. You have Cornel West, not to be confused with Kanye West. You had some candidates that were running on ideal tickets, would not have gotten this in war. Would not have caused the rise of eggs or the price of eggs. Would not got the Hamas straight fucked up, for lack of better words. Would not have gas possibly in the near future rising to $6-7 a gallon. If you in California, possibly $10 a gallon. Kind of make me miss the old days, 1993, 94, when gas was like $1.19. We'll never see those days. Hell, we won't ever see the Obama days when gas was like $2.16. Hell, we won't even see the Joe Biden days when gas was $3.09. Dubai's fucked up and destroyed. Partially, I think. I don't know. All the Middle East is banned. This nigga's about to invade Cuba. Wants to kidnap the president of Colombia. What other shithole do he want to take over? Still haggling about Greenland, so we're fucked. As much as I like to talk, I got nothing. In any event, if you like this, I would say short clip, but it ran about 7 minutes. If you like this clip, although it wasn't informative, I hope it was entertaining. You laughed at it. You liked the intro. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And I'm out.